please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Wednesday, October 15th, Noah's dicey condition, Claire's fun ruined. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Report ad. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Wednesday, October 15, 2025. In the next episode, fans can expect Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, to relay updates about Noah Newman's, Lucas Adams, condition. Meanwhile, Claire Grace Newman's, Hayley Erin, good time is ruined. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Make sure to check out our weekly Y&R spoilers, here. Claire Grace Newman's adventure. In Los Angeles, Claire will be having a lot of fun with Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. This is supposed to be a time of freedom, independence, and release for the blonde. However, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, isn't far behind. Kyle already tried to get Claire's hotel address from Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley. Read more, find out what happened on the last episode of Y&R. However, after Harrison Abbott's, Redding Munsell, troubling dream about Holden, Kyle could work overtime trying to get to Claire. What is this? Report ad. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. There is also Holden's past with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. In addition to that, Audra once mentioned that Holden scared her when dating because of all the danger. However, she wouldn't go into specifics. This could be skydiving, or he could truly be dangerous. Is it possible that Claire might be in trouble despite Holden's good guy persona? Claire Grace Newman's adventure, the untold story that's captivating Genoa City fans everywhere. Claire Grace Newman is proving that she's no ordinary Newman. The once tormented young woman who emerged from Jordan's manipulation and trauma is now stepping into her own power, and Genoa City will never be the same again. Fans of The Young and the Restless are buzzing about her next chapter, as Claire's adventure takes her far beyond what anyone expected. It's not just about redemption anymore, it's about discovery, danger, and destiny. As Victoria Newman and Cole Howard's daughter, Claire's roots tie her to one of the most powerful families in town. But unlike her parents, she's not content to live in the shadow of Newman Enterprises. She's determined to find her own path, and that journey is leading her into an unexpected, thrilling adventure that could redefine who she really is. When Claire first arrived in Genoa City, she was fragile, haunted by her past, and desperate to make amends. Jordan's cruel influence had left deep scars, but Victoria and Cole's love helped her begin to heal. Still, something inside Claire has always whispered that her story isn't. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Over. That there's more to her than anyone knows. And soon, that whisper becomes a roar as fate calls her toward a mystery that could change everything. It begins innocently enough, a package, an old letter, a clue that suggests her grandmother Eve Howard might have had secrets that were never uncovered. Claire's curiosity pulls her in, and soon she's chasing answers that lead her into danger. While Victoria and Cole worry that their daughter might be reopening old wounds, Claire insists she needs to do this for herself. I need to know who I really am, she confides to her mother. Not just the girl Jordan broke. Not just your daughter. I need to find me. Her words strike a chord with Victoria, who remembers her own youthful recklessness and longing to escape Victor's control. But what Claire doesn't realize is that someone else is watching, and her adventure could soon turn into a fight for her life. As Claire begins her quest, she uncovers a series of clues that take her from Genoa City to a remote part of Wisconsin, where Eve Howard once lived under a false name. There, she discovers a small, abandoned cabin with items that belonged to her grandmother, photographs, journals, and even a hidden safe. But when Claire opens the safe, she's stunned to find evidence that connects the Howards and Newmans to a decades-old corporate cover-up, something Victor Newman himself might have tried to bury. Could her family's fortune and legacy be built on secrets too dark to imagine? The deeper Claire digs, the more questions arise. And when she begins receiving anonymous messages warning her to stop investigating, she realizes she's stumbled onto something powerful people want kept in the past. Back in Genoa City, Victoria senses danger and sends Cole to find their daughter. But by the time he arrives, Claire has vanished without a trace. The Newman family rallies, Victor calls in his resources, Nick and Adam put aside their rivalry, and Nikki stands strong, determined not to lose another family member. Yet what none of them realize is that Claire is very much alive, and on the run. She's been taken by someone connected to her grandmother's past, a mysterious figure who claims to have known Eve well. This stranger tells Claire that she's the key to exposing a secret that could bring down Newman Enterprises once and for all. Claire's heart races as she pieces the puzzle together. Her grandmother wasn't just a victim of Victor's manipulation, she may have been part of something far bigger, a secret project involving hidden investments and betrayals that span generations. For the first time, Claire understands why she's always felt out of place, even in her own family. Her lineage is tangled in lies, and the truth could either free her or destroy everyone she loves. Meanwhile, back home, Victoria struggles with guilt. She blames herself for not protecting Claire sooner, for letting her daughter walk into danger. Cole tries to reassure her, but deep down he fears that history is repeating itself, that their love, once broken by lies and deceit, might again be tested by the shadow of the past. As the search intensifies, Victor grows more desperate. He knows there are things in his past that could resurface, deals, cover-ups, betrayals, and if Claire exposes them, it could shatter his legacy. She's a Newman, Victor says with grim determination. And that means she'll find her way back. But if she brings down this family in the process, I'll have to stop her myself. Those words haunt Victoria, who can't bear the thought of her father seeing Claire as an enemy. But Victor isn't one to sit back while his empire is threatened. He sends one of his private investigators to track down Claire's captor, but when the man turns up dead, it becomes clear this is no ordinary mystery. The stakes are life and death. In captivity, Claire shows the same quiet strength that once helped her survive Jordan's torment. Her captor underestimates her, and that's his biggest mistake. Using her wits, Claire escapes, taking with her a flash drive that holds the key to the entire conspiracy. As she races through a stormy night, hunted by those who want her silenced, she sends a desperate message to her father, "Dad, I know the truth. Don't trust anyone." Cole and Victoria follow the clues and finally find her in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of Genoa City. The emotional reunion brings tears, relief, and heartbreak, but the danger isn't over. The people chasing Claire catch up to them, and chaos erupts. In a moment of bravery, Claire stands between her parents and the attackers, proving she's no longer the frightened girl she once was. She's strong, capable, and willing to risk everything to protect her family. When the dust settles, please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Claire's flash drive exposes a scandal involving corporate espionage, blackmail, and betrayal that traces all the way back to Newman Enterprises' earliest days. The revelation rocks Genoa City, but it also unites the family in a way nothing else could. Victor, moved by his granddaughter's courage, embraces her not as a liability but as a true Newman. "You've got fire in your veins," he tells her. "You remind me of your mother. Maybe even a little of me." For Claire, the adventure changes everything. She's no longer haunted by the past. She's found her purpose, to live authentically, to protect what's right, and to honor the truth no matter the cost. The experience brings her closer to her parents and even opens her heart to love again, as sparks fly with a surprising new character, someone tied to the investigation who sees the real Claire behind the Newman name. Fans can't stop talking about Claire's evolution, from victim to heroine, from outsider to legacy. Her story embodies what makes The Young and the Restless so compelling: family, secrets, and the resilience of the human spirit. As one chapter closes, another begins. Rumors suggest that Claire's next adventure could take her beyond Genoa City, perhaps to uncover more buried secrets, or even start a new life that honors her grandmother's memory while forging her own destiny. Whatever comes next, one thing is clear: Claire Grace Newman has become the heart of a new generation of Newmans, fearless, flawed, and unforgettable. Her adventure has just begun, and the echoes of her courage will shape Genoa City for years to come. Read this: The Young and the Restless spoilers, mysterious Mitch behind Noah's car crash, Sienna's lover ordered hit? Nate Hastings update. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. As Victoria tries to deal with the losses and loneliness in her life as well as the grief, she will get some much-needed support. Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, is there to help her out. Victoria will also talk to Nate about Claire, Holden, and Kyle. So, I wonder if Nate could give her some good advice. Later, expect Victoria to chase Claire down in LA. While Claire loves her mom, this was a trip with Holden. Having her mom there might ruin a bit of the fun. Read this: The Young and the Restless. Peter Bergman scores a new role. What does it mean for Y&R? Nate Hastings update. A shocking new chapter that changes everything for the Newman. Dr. Genoa City has seen its share of redemption arcs, power struggles, and passionate affairs, but few have captivated viewers quite like the unpredictable journey of Dr. Nate Hastings. Once the golden boy of medicine, Nate's transformation into a ruthless corporate player left fans stunned, and now, his latest chapter promises to be his most explosive yet. Nate's story has always been about ambition, heart, and the fine line between healing and hurting. He's the man who once saved lives but nearly destroyed his own reputation chasing love and power. After a stormy fall from grace at Newman Enterprises and a heartbreak that nearly broke him, Nate is finally stepping back into the spotlight, and this time, he's got a plan that could change everything. When Nate first returned to Genoa City, he carried the proud legacy of his family name, the Hastings, a line of respected doctors and community leaders. His mother Olivia had always dreamed he'd continue that tradition, and for a while, he did. But fate had other plans. Love, betrayal, and business intrigue twisted his path, leading him from hospital corridors to corporate boardrooms. Along the way, he made powerful enemies and even more dangerous choices. But now, the tides are turning. Rumors have been swirling that Nate is about to make a bold comeback, one that will blur the lines between his past and present. After months of silence, he's re-emerging in Genoa City with a new focus, a shocking confession, and a please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Mission that could either redeem or ruin him. Sources close to The Young and the Restless tease that Nate has been quietly working behind the scenes, rebuilding his reputation after the fallout with Victoria Newman. The romance that once set social media ablaze ended in heartbreak when Nate's ambition collided with Victoria's trust. Their passionate affair, once the talk of Newman Towers, ended with Nate walking away from both the company and the woman he thought he loved. But now, Nate's ready to return, and he's not the same man he was. Gone is the smooth-talking executive who let ambition cloud his judgment. In his place stands a man who's faced his demons, learned hard lessons, and is determined to make things right. The question is, will Genoa City give him a second chance? Insiders say Nate's comeback begins when he's spotted back at Memorial Hospital, consulting on a groundbreaking new medical project, one tied to a charitable foundation that could reshape healthcare in the city. He's working with none other than Devon Hamilton and Elena Dawson, two people whose lives are deeply entwined with his own. Devon, once his closest cousin, had turned his back on Nate after the betrayal that nearly destroyed Chancellor Winters. Elena, his former love, still carries the emotional scars from Nate's infidelity and lies. Their reunion is tense, raw, and emotional, but underneath the pain, there's still respect. Nate makes it clear that he's not there to stir up old drama. "I've done things I regret," he admits to Devon in a powerful moment. "But I can't change the past. What I can do is make sure I do something good with the future." His words catch Devon off guard. Could Nate truly be sincere this time? As the weeks unfold, Nate's actions begin to speak louder than words. He throws himself into the new project, helping to open a clinic dedicated to underserved communities, a dream his late mother once spoke about. This new, humble version of Nate earns the respect of Genoa City's residents, including Lily, who sees in him the man she once believed he could be. But not everyone is ready to forgive. Victor Newman, who once saw potential in Nate but later dismissed him as reckless and disloyal, keeps a close eye on his return. When word spreads that Nate has been approached by a powerful investor, please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Offering him control of a rival medical technology company, Victor's suspicion grows. Could Nate be using his good deeds as a cover for another power grab? Meanwhile, Victoria finds herself conflicted. She hasn't forgotten the pain of betrayal, or the chemistry that once burned between them. When she runs into Nate at the Grand Phoenix, their encounter is electric but guarded. "You look good," Victoria says coolly. "Redemption suits you." Nate smiles faintly. "It's not about redemption," he replies. "It's about purpose." Those words hit Victoria harder than she expected. Despite herself, she starts to wonder if Nate truly has changed, or if she's about to be drawn back into another dangerous game. As Nate's project gains momentum, new complications arise. Someone inside the hospital is leaking confidential data, and the evidence points directly to Nate. Once again, his integrity is questioned. Elena, still cautious but protective of her former flame, decides to help him clear his name. Together, they uncover a shocking truth: the sabotage is part of a larger scheme tied to a mysterious biotech firm with links to Newman Media. The deeper they dig, the more tangled the web becomes, and soon Nate realizes he's caught in the middle of a corporate war he never intended to fight. In a tense confrontation, Nate discovers that Audra Charles, the cunning executive who once manipulated him, may be involved. Audra, always one step ahead, taunts him with the truth. "You can't ever escape who you are, Nate," she purrs. "You tried to be the good guy again. But deep down, you love the chaos." But this time, Nate doesn't flinch. "Not anymore," he says firmly. "I know exactly who I am." His new resolve puts him on a collision course with both Audra and Victor, who see his growing influence as a threat. As accusations fly and the tension in Genoa City reaches a breaking point, Nate risks everything to protect the clinic and the people who depend on it. In a dramatic boardroom showdown, he exposes the true culprit behind the sabotage, a rival executive working under orders from Audra's shadowy backers. His courage earns him not only his redemption but also the respect of those who once doubted him. Devon extends an olive branch, recognizing the man Nate has become. "Maybe we both needed to lose everything to understand what really matters," Devon says, shaking his cousin's hand. The moment is emotional, signaling the long-awaited healing of a fractured family. As for Victoria, she watches from afar, her heart torn between admiration and longing. She knows she can't go back, too much damage was done, but she can't help but feel proud of the man Nate has become. In a rare moment of vulnerability, she admits to Nikki, "Maybe I needed him to fall so I could see how strong he really is." With his name cleared and his clinic thriving, Nate finally finds peace. He's rediscovered the healer within, the man his. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Mother always knew he could be. Yet fate isn't done with him. A mysterious new patient arrives at the clinic, a woman connected to a dark chapter of his past. Her arrival promises to test everything Nate has built, pulling him once again between duty and desire, truth and temptation. Fans can feel it, the winds of change are blowing through Genoa City, and Nate Hastings is right at the center. His journey from doctor to executive, from sinner to savior, has been one of the young and the restless most powerful transformations. And as this new adventure unfolds, one thing is certain: Nate's story is far from over. His update isn't just a comeback, it's a rebirth. A man once driven by ego now finds strength in humility, compassion, and truth. He's no longer chasing power, he's creating purpose. Whether destiny draws him back into the Newman orbit or pulls him toward a new romance and future, Nate Hastings stands ready, wiser, stronger, and more determined than ever. Genoa City better watch out, because Nate's next move could redefine not just his legacy, but the future of everyone connected to him. Noah Newman's condition. Sharon has been relaying updates to Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, about Noah's condition. Nick will finally make it to the hospital, where he will get more details about what happened and the prognosis. What is this? Report ad. Nick and Sharon will really need to lean on each other during this time. It could bring these former flames closer as well. Noah will likely be fine or they wouldn't have bothered to cast him. However, they might use that accident to change Noah's face. It might also set up a story where Noah is in some big trouble with the club. While he claims everything has been great, he's also been hard to reach, and now the crash. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Wednesday, October 15? Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Noah Newman's condition, the heartbreaking truth that has Genoa City holding its breath. Genoa City is in shock. What began as quiet concern has now turned into a wave of heartbreak as news spreads about Noah Newman's sudden and mysterious condition. The beloved son of Nick Newman and Sharon Rosales, known for his charm, creativity, and big heart, is now fighting one of the toughest battles of his life. For years, Noah has been the quiet strength in the Newman family, the artist who traded boardroom wars for emotional honesty, the peacemaker who always tried to see the good in others. But beneath his calm exterior, Noah has been carrying a secret pain, one that's finally come to light. And now, with his health, and his future, hanging in the balance, his loved ones are gathering around him in a story that has fans everywhere in tears. It all began when Noah returned to Genoa City earlier this month, looking more tired and withdrawn than ever before. Family and friends noticed he wasn't himself. His once bright energy seemed dimmed, his smiles forced. Even Ali Nguyen, his girlfriend who had been his biggest supporter through thick and thin, couldn't ignore that something was wrong. "You're not okay, Noah," she told him softly one evening at Society. "You don't have to pretend." At first, Noah brushed it off, blaming stress and exhaustion from his London art gallery. But Sharon, always intuitive, saw deeper. "A mother knows," she told Nick. "He's not just tired. Something's wrong." Within days, her fears were confirmed. After a sudden collapse at Crimson Lights, Noah was rushed to Memorial Hospital. The entire Newman family dropped everything. Nick, Sharon, Victoria, and even Victor arrived within minutes, their faces pale with worry. Nate Hastings, who was on duty, delivered the news no one wanted to hear: Noah's condition was serious. Though details were kept private, word spread quickly through town that Noah's health crisis could be life-threatening. In true Newman fashion, the family closed ranks, desperate to keep things quiet while they searched for answers. Fans watching The Young and the Restless can feel the emotional weight of these scenes. For decades, the Newmans have faced business battles and romantic scandals, but this time, it's something far more personal, a reminder that even the most powerful family in Genoa City isn't immune to tragedy. As Noah lies in his hospital bed, flashbacks play of his artistic journey, his love story with Ali, and his deep connection with his parents. It's an emotional roller coaster that's bringing longtime viewers to tears. Sharon sits at his bedside, her voice trembling as she whispers, "You've always been the light in every dark room, Noah. Don't you dare give up on us now." Nick, meanwhile, struggles with guilt. He blames himself for not being there when his son needed him most. "I should have noticed sooner," he tells Sharon. "I was too busy trying to fix everyone else." Sharon gently places a hand on his. "You can't fix this, Nick. You can only be here." In a rare, touching moment, even Victor Newman shows his softer side. The powerful patriarch, known for his control and command, is seen quietly standing by his grandson's bed, his eyes glistening. "You're a Newman," Victor says, his voice breaking. "We don't back down from anything, not even this." Fans have flooded social media with emotional reactions, praising the raw. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Performances and speculating about Noah's diagnosis. Could it be related to a long-term illness? A stress-related condition from overwork? Or perhaps an accident tied to his time abroad? The mystery deepens as the doctors reveal that Noah's condition isn't just physical, there's a psychological toll too. Years of pressure, expectations, and personal loss have weighed heavily on him. From dealing with the trauma of his mother's mental health struggles to watching the constant Newman family feuds, Noah has quietly carried the emotional baggage of an entire dynasty. Nate delivers a heartbreaking prognosis: his body is reacting to years of stress. It's like his mind and heart are both crying out for help. Those words hit the family hard. For once, there's no corporate enemy to defeat, no villain to expose, just the harsh truth that even the strongest hearts can break. Allie, refusing to leave Noah's side, becomes his anchor. Viewers are moved by her unwavering devotion, her soft-spoken strength as she holds his hand through every test, every scare. "I'm not going anywhere," she promises. "We'll paint again. We'll go back to London. We'll live the life we dreamed of. But you have to fight." Her faith in him sparks a glimmer of hope. Slowly, Noah begins to respond to treatment, though progress is uncertain. The scenes are powerful: a son clinging to life, a family rediscovering what truly matters, and love refusing to fade even in the face of despair. In one particularly emotional moment, Sharon brings a sketchbook to Noah's bedside. Inside are drawings from his childhood, family portraits, sketches of crimson lights, doodles of his parents' wedding day. "This is who you are," she whispers. "An artist, a dreamer, a fighter. You've always found beauty, even in the darkest times." As Noah's eyes flutter open, tears stream down Sharon's face. "Mom," he whispers weakly. "You're here." "Always," she replies through sobs. It's a moment that captures everything the young and the restless stands for: love, resilience, and family. But just as things begin to look hopeful, a new twist changes. Everything. A specialist arrives from out of town with a shocking revelation. Noah's please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Condition may not have been natural. Traces of an unknown toxin are found in his system, suggesting that someone may have intentionally poisoned him. Suddenly, the story takes a darker turn. Who would want to hurt Noah Newman? And why? Victor immediately launches an investigation, ordering his security team to dig into every aspect of Noah's time abroad. Could a business rival be behind it? Or someone from his past in London, perhaps a jealous competitor or an ex-associate seeking revenge? The tension escalates as clues begin to surface. Allie recalls an incident months earlier when Noah mentioned feeling dizzy after a gallery opening, an event sponsored by a mysterious investor he never fully trusted. Sharon's protective instincts flare, and Nick's rage ignites. "If someone did this to our son," he growls, "I'll make sure they regret it." Meanwhile, Noah's recovery remains fragile. Each day is a battle, but his determination shines through. Even in pain, he insists on sketching again, using art to express what words cannot. One haunting drawing shows a phoenix rising from the ashes, a symbol of rebirth that leaves fans in tears. As the investigation unfolds, Victor and Nick discover a trail leading back to a London art dealer connected to a rival of Newman Media. It appears Noah may have been unknowingly caught in the crossfire of a business war, targeted because of his last name. The revelation shocks the entire Newman clan and reawakens Victor's protective fury. "They went after my grandson," he says coldly. "Now they'll answer to me." The Newman empire mobilizes, with Victoria, Adam, and even Abby uniting for once to seek justice. The family drama reaches a fever pitch, blending corporate intrigue with heartfelt emotion. Yet through it all, Noah remains the story's beating heart, the reminder that beneath the wealth and power, the Newmans are still human, fragile, and fiercely loyal. As the final act unfolds, Noah begins to recover, his condition stabilizing. The doctors remain cautious, warning that his healing will take time, both physically and emotionally. But Noah, ever the dreamer, sees this as a second chance. Maybe this happened to remind me what really matters, he says softly to Allie. Not the gallery, not the name, but love, family, and life itself. In the closing scenes, Noah visits the Newman Ranch, standing beside the pond where he once played as a boy. Sharon, Nick, and Victor join him, each reflecting on how close they came to losing him. The moment is quiet but powerful, a family united by gratitude. As the sun sets over Genoa City, Noah looks out at the horizon and smiles faintly. I'm still here, he says. And I'm not wasting another second. It's a line that will stay with fans long after the episode ends, a message of hope, survival, and renewal. The Young and the Restless has delivered another unforgettable story, and Noah Newman's condition has reminded everyone that even in life's darkest moments, the Newmans always find a way to rise again. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing.